When we open up our Bibles to 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, it says there, "My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weaknesses." Now here we know Paul was crying out to the Lord in regards to the thorn in his flesh. And he was praying to the Lord to help him come out of it. But here God says, "My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." The word strength there comes from that word dunamis. Now come on, we know, right? The word dunamis, from which we also get the word dynamite. That means God is saying, my power, that power that can break it down, that can pull down strongholds, that can overcome every obstacle in your life. My power, he then goes further and says, is made perfect. The word perfect comes from that word telio, which means completed. My strength is complete. What God is saying is, in your weakness, that means when you feel you are feeble, when you feel you are frail, when you feel you are at your lowest of points, what God is declaring is, that's when you will begin to see my dynamite power, my dunamis power, my overcoming power, that power that breaks strongholds, that shatters everything that stands against you. That's when you will begin to see that power perfected, complete in your life. Come on, I want to encourage you. When you are at your lowest point, you are going to experience the greatest power of God, the greatest move of God. If you feel that you have reached the dead end, come on, God's not finished with you. He is going to work an amazing work in your life. I have this word over you today, that His strength, His dunamis is going to be made perfect, complete, when you feel you are weak. So don't look at your weakness. Don't look at your circumstance and be overwhelmed by it. On the contrary, look to God, because He's working an amazing work, and you are going to be a testimony of His dunamis, of His power in your life. No weapon that's fashioned against you will ever prosper. Everything that's standing against you will crumble down. Look at Paul and Silas in the Bible. They were put into prison. They were chained there. The walls should have kept them in. The gates were shut. There was no way that they could have moved out of that circumstance. But as Paul and Silas kept their focus on the Lord, what happened is, in that moment of their weakness, in that moment where in the physical it was impossible, they were at their dead end. At that point of time, as they kept their eyes fixed on the Lord, we see that there was an earthquake. The foundations were shaken. Come on, I want to tell you, the foundations of those things that are holding you down, it's going to be shaken. Why? Because in your weakness, His strength is going to be made perfect. God bless you.